Hey, this is Matt Galloway, and I'm here today to teach you how to unlock your potential. And I'm going to do that today by teaching you the right way to fail. Now, all of us fail. It's just a part of life. It's especially a part of baseball. And as much as I would love to teach a video on how not to fail, that's just not possible. And so instead, it's better to learn the right way to fail. But first, I want to talk about the wrong way. Number one, the wrong way to fail is when you fail, you tell yourself trash. You just begin to tell yourself things like, that I don't belong. You tell yourself that, I'll never succeed. That something has gone wrong. That I fail because something has gone wrong, or I fail because something's unfair. And all that is just mind trash that just fills your mind and keeps you from being able to fulfill your potential. It keeps you from being able to be the player that you want to be. So instead of telling yourself trash, the right way to fail is you tell yourself truth. That after you fail, you still continue to tell yourself, I belong. You tell yourself that one bad performance doesn't make you a bad player. You tell yourself that nothing has gone wrong. And so the first thing to do when you fail is tell yourself truth instead of telling yourself trash. The second wrong way we fail is we don't handle our emotions. And so usually we do one of three things. We react to our emotions and act like a child, throw things, cuss. Or maybe we resist our emotions and we try to push our emotions down, but they always come back up. Or we just avoid our emotions. We just begin to try to do things that help us not even feel our emotions. But the truth is, we have our emotions for a reason. And not handling our emotions doesn't propel us forward. Instead, it holds us back. Instead of not handling our emotions, we need to feel and allow our emotions. Now, I'm going to have some future videos on how this happens and what we're supposed to do. But just realize that when you have an emotion of dissatisfaction, it's not a bad thing because that can propel you forward. Or if you have an emotion of discomfort, it's not a bad thing. That helps you to get better. And so not feeling or not handling your emotions doesn't propel you forward, but learning to feel and allow your emotions actually can help you get to where you want to be. The third wrong way to fail is you make it mean too much. You take this one failure or this one bad game or this one bad weekend and you just make it an indictment on yourself as a player. I'm just never going to be good enough. I just can't do it. And instead, the right way to fail is you keep it in perspective. It's just one game, just one at-bat, it's just one weekend. And you don't make it mean so much. You realize it's just one part of all the body of work, and it doesn't undo all the work and all the progress I've made. The fourth wrong way to fail is you beat yourself up. You beat yourself up. I've seen guys go back to the dugout, cuss themselves out. I've seen guys actually take their fist and hit themselves or hit a wall, and the wall doesn't give, and they just beat themselves up. And nobody ever beats themselves up into becoming a better player. Instead, the right way to fail is you love yourself. Now, that sounds sort of mamby-pamby, but here's what I mean. You encourage yourself like you would encourage a teammate. How many of you ever had a teammate really mess it up in a big situation, and you come back and you cuss them out? I think probably very few. Or you go and hit them. It just doesn't happen. Instead, you pat them on the back and you encourage them. Man, you'll get them next time. Be ready next time. And that's the same kind of response you got to have to yourself. Because nobody ever beats themselves up into becoming the player they want to be. Instead, they have to encourage themselves into becoming the player they want to be. And lastly, the last wrong way to fail is you don't learn from it. You get in that big situation and you fail and you don't file it away. You don't learn. The right way to fail is you learn. You learn next time in that situation, I'm going to look for this pitch. Next time in that situation, I'm going to have this perspective. Next time in that situation, I'm going to handle my emotions this way. You learn. In fact, failure is only failure when you don't learn. If you fail, but you learn from it, that's not even really failure. Because that really is how we become a better player. Because failure, when you learn, is called growth. You want to unlock your potential? Then learn to fail, learn, grow. That's how we get better. We fail, we learn, we grow. Now, we would like to reach our potential by succeeding and succeeding and succeeding. It just doesn't work that way. We have to fail, learn, grow. And if you learn to fail the right way, you'll begin to grow as a player. And you'll begin to unlock your potential and become the player you've always dreamed that you could be.